Innovation. Everywhere you look around, people are talking about innovation and the necessity of innovation for cities to actually move forward. But innovation, at least part of innovation, is about design. And what do we do around design? Well, it's an interesting thing that typically when we're in a process of design, we design for those people who are in the center of things. What does that mean? What it means is that for the most, what we consider normal population, we tend to do our design so it works for them. The result of that is a lot of people who are at the margins get left out, or we worry about them catching up with the design. But what we're learning over time is that that's not the best way to do it. Give an example of what happens when you actually design from the center. Imagine a tent, for example. Big tent, and you stake it at the center. And all of a sudden a strong wind comes down. What happens? It falls over. Take that same tent, the same height, stake it as far at the margin as possible, the strong wind comes about, and what happens? It is stable, and not only have you covered who's at the margins, you've covered who's at the center. We need to take the same kind of thinking and use it in innovation when we're thinking about cities. And the good thing about it is we've done it before. Give you an example. In the 1940s, in Kalamazoo, Michigan, there was an effort to experiment with making it easy for veterans who were in wheelchairs to actually get around. And what did they do? Well, they took sidewalks and the corners where sidewalks met the street, and they cut out the curb so it was easy for the wheelchair to roll up and down. Some years later, a disability activist by the name of Ed Roberts in Berkeley, California, took the same idea and worked in the city of Berkeley to make it a law in Berkeley to start cutting out the curbs, or creating what they call now curb cuts everywhere. By 1990, it was part of the American Disabilities Act. And everywhere in this country, you come to curb corners, and the curb is cut out. Now, who benefits from that? Take your average day walking down the street, and you'll see a little kid riding his tricycle right across, down the curb, cutting across the street. Someone pulling their grocery cart, someone pushing their babies. You even see runners making that run. It makes it nice and smooth, and they don't have to jump off the curb to do it. It is a benefit to all of us. But where did it start? It started by taking care of and paying attention to someone, some group of people who were at the margins of our society, to make sure they were taken care of. And in turn, we took care of everyone. That's the lesson for cities today. Innovation has to start first by designing for those at the margins.